Good day, YouTube viewers. Well, today brings an exciting update, one that I've looked into a few times now, and the solution looks really good, and that is replacing your 11-speed rear Sram Derailleur with a 12-speed rear Sram Derailleur, but without going to 12-speed, so retaining the rest of your 11-speed drivetrain. Now, I did this because as I was doing the last little bits of updates to my hardtail, I noted that I had actually bent the derailleur, not the hanger, but the actual derailleur itself. So in needing a replacement, I started to have a quick look and noticed that the price of an 11-speed was pretty much the same as the 12-speed. The difference being is the 12-speed is designed to shift a much larger cassette in the rear. Has a longer cage, and also the upper pulley wheel has been repositioned to optimize shifting in the big chain wheel in the back, and also the smallest cog in the back. So much more efficient shifting. Now, on my previous GX derailleur, I ran the Garbaruk long caged modification, which fairly much did the exact same as the new Sram GX 12-speed, but modified the 11-speed to do that, and that worked perfectly. Obviously, until I actually bent the housing of the derailleur itself. So let's have a little bit of a closer look at this drivetrain, and then we'll have a look at the actual shifting performance now that we've got the Sram 12-speed Eagle GX derailleur in the rear, combined with the Sram GX 11-speed shifter in the front, shifting an 11-speed rear cassette, which is the Garbaruk 11 to 50 tooth, which is designed to go onto the Shimano HG driver. Now, Garbaruk also make a XD 11-speed rear cassette as well too, which is a 10 tooth to 50 tooth. So what it does is it effectively allows you to keep your 11-speed setup and actually save weight, because it is one cog less on the rear. We're looking at cassettes here. The one that's on the back here is around 300 grams in weight, which would be one of the lightest wide range cassettes you can possibly buy on the market. And I think the XX1 rear cassette comes in at around about that sort of 350 odd grams. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it would be around about that 350 grams. So let's take a closer look at it.
Just as a little insert, I thought I would bring us across to the Garbaruk website. Many of you probably have never heard of this particular brand. They're made in the Ukraine. Absolutely brilliant product. I've now run these cassettes well over 2,000 kilometers now, and it still to this day is shifting absolutely brilliantly. It is as good, if not better, than even, dare I say it, but the XX1 Sram cassette. So knock me if you want, but until you've used them and you've run them for as long as I have, then yeah, don't knock them until you've tried them. So you can see here on the website, absolutely beautiful design. We'll just have a very quick look at how we get to the cassettes. You can see here we've got our MTB round, oval, and through to CX and road chain rings, and then down through here in single speed through to their 11-speed setup. So haven't yet made a 12-speed, but I think it is in the pipeline from what I have heard. So coming in here, we've got the two types. I'm currently running the Shimano Standard, which is the HG driver. So for all you guys out there and girls out there who have a just a standard Shimano HG splined driver hub on the back, you can use this 11 to 50 tooth, giving you that little bit of extra range up top. For all those who have already have the privilege of an XD driver on the back of their wheel, you can put on their 10 to 50 tooth, giving you a 500% range on an 11-speed setup. So you can order these. You can go online here and you can look up where to order from, but I think places like there are a few places in Australia, for example, but you can actually order these directly through, and they have stock, I believe, here. Great product. Now, before I forget, I either have or I will mention that on my Sram GX 11-speed rear derailleur, I ran a different cage, which repositioned the jockey wheels to be able to shift the 50 tooth very efficiently. One of the few places now that actually make a cage to do that is Garbaruk. I think One Up did for a little while, but when I last looked, that had actually been discontinued. So I'll just switch you across to that one. We'll have a little look at it. It comes under their accessories over here. And they also make it for Shimano setup as well too, allowing a Shimano rear derailleur to shift the larger cassette. So I'll just come down and have a quick look at them. So as we can see here, this is the one I was actually running here, the SRAM 11-speed rear cage. And you can go on here later on, you can see the address on the top, you can actually have a look at it. They're not too difficult to install. And of course, for all those Shimano users out there, here we go, Shimano 10-speed, also Shimano 11-speed here. We'll just go in and have a quick look because I think that would be interesting to a lot of people. And down here it actually explains why the cage needs to be slightly different for that 50 tooth. And you can actually see here where the standard cog goes and where the repositioned cog goes in order to adjust these particular spacings here to minimize them basically, or maximize on the rear and then minimize on the smallest.
Here we have the 11-speed GX front crank running the Garbaruk oval, or what they call melon front chainring, and just working our way down to the back, the Garbaruk 11-speed rear cassette, and then down to the Sram 12-speed rear derailleur. Okay, let's have a look at the shifting performance of this setup. Now, all new Sram rear derailleurs now come with a little guide tool which allows you to set up the B tension screw on the back, which is vitally important, particularly for getting the top cog spaced correctly away from the large tooth and close enough to the smallest one here to get the best shifting performance. Now, as you know, one of my pet hates, if you've watched any previous videos, of course, is chain drop. I recently reviewed a Chinese cassette that suffered really badly from chain drop, and incidentally, it was also very weak, and we broke teeth on that particular cassette. So let's have a quick look at this one. Chain drop, probably one of my big pet hates, and this cassette does not suffer at all from chain drop. So coming down from the 50 tooth, this cassette has about 2,000 kilometers on it so far, so it's not a new cassette, and just shifting upwards. So here, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 speed. Shifting a few at a time. And that's me pushing it all the way through, aggressive shifting. Again. 2 shifts all the way to the top. Sram is incredibly good at shifting under load too. Probably one of the quietest drive chains under load that I've heard. Now we'll have a little look from behind and watch that derailleur shift from the back. So that pretty much brings me to the end of this quick update and review. As we can see here, the Sram 12-speed GX rear derailleur, that would include XO1, XX1 and NX, all 12-speed, all Eagle, works perfectly fine on these 11-speed setup from your NX right through to XO1 or XX1. What I did note was that the 12-speed Eagle rear derailleurs have an improved clutch system on them, and that certainly improves shift quality at the front end with the GX11 front shifter. I've noticed that it's a little bit more snappy. It's a little bit harder to push than the previous GX11 speed, but we're only talking fairly minor. But it is noticeable when you first make that transition across, whereas now completely used to it. My other bike is full 12-speed Eagle GX, and I can't notice difference. They really feel like the same bikes. I don't even feel the difference between 11 and 12 speed. So looking at the jumps between each of the cogs on the obviously 11 speed is slightly greater than the 12 speed. You can't even tell, honestly. I don't know what sort of person can tell, but I certainly need this setup. Absolutely feels like my 12-speed setup. So great news there for anyone who needs to get a new rear derailleur. You can do that now. You can grab the 12-speed, put it on your 11-speed, and then as time rolls on, if you want to, you can upgrade the components of your bike to 12-speed. So your next upgrade would be cassette and front shifter, but you can space them out and just get that rear derailleur first. Any questions or comments, pop them below. Please subscribe, it'll help me out in the long run. And thank you very much for watching.